Hi everyone, Jeff with Sega Replay here. This is an unscripted kind of ad hoc video here for you. I had a customer who had sent me a Dreamcast here, as you can see, that is almost like new. It just needed some drive work, but the reason I'm making this video is this thing's almost completely intact. It's almost, as far as I can tell, it has everything in it that came with it brand new, to the best of my recollection from all those years ago. And most of the stuff in it is still sealed and unused. So I thought this was a really unique opportunity where I could do an unboxing of a Sega Dreamcast in 2025 and let everybody see what I believe it would have looked like if you had opened it back in 99. So with that, I'm just going to get right into it, and we're going to unbox this and let you see what a Dreamcast would have looked like getting one brand new. You see, box here has a little bit of wear, but I mean, you get the idea of what you're looking at. Let's see, we got your standard ads that were on every Sega box that I can remember for games they're trying to promote. Oh, we popped open there. Some more on this side here. Looks like a Sonic and a racing game and a football game, NFL 2K. We got NBA 2K back here. I can't quite make out what that one is there. Maybe if I had my glasses on. And of course, Virtua Fighter. So the box, because I've already been inside of it, I know I need to open it like this. It just was really interesting getting the console in this condition. You can see everything is just all neatly packed. First, we'll start inside the box here. There's a little compartment at the bottom, so we've got a little bit of clever packaging for that era. You know, this kind of stuff is common nowadays, but to my recollection, in the 90s, most products came pretty bluntly packaged, if you know what I mean. You know, maybe some plastic wrapped around, maybe some foam. Things were just kind of shoved into the smallest box possible. But as you'll see, also down here, Sega actually put a little care into how they boxed this, which was kind of neat. All right, so down here in this compartment, you see we've got a still wrapped Dreamcast controller. Based on how the cable's wrapped, it looks like it may have never been used. I don't know, and when I was testing it, I used a test controller, so I just left that as it is. There's another little compartment here that opens up. We have the power cable, and this thing, I cannot see anywhere on the prongs or the connector. And if you know what I'm talking about, twist ties from the factory, they come a certain really unique, tight way, and this looks like it. What I'm saying is, I don't think this power cable was ever used. I don't know the history behind this, but I wonder if the current owner or the previous only ever just tested it and used cables they already had. It's just remarkable how well intact everything is. I just can't get over that. Being 26 years later. Yeah, it's 26 years later at this point if this was a launch model, but I don't think it was. I think it's a 01. Regardless, it's pretty darn old. All right. Again, you see we've got manuals intact. And part of the reason I say it looks like everything is complete here is, you've even got like these little slits like this that I think very, very few people would have kept stuff like this. They might have kept the actual system manual, but I think a lot of kids back in the day, or even teenagers or young adults, would have likely thrown all this stuff out and maybe kept this if you're lucky. So yeah, let's take a look here. We've got the ESRB rating. This was still relatively new at the time, for those who don't know. Before that, it was the VRC, Video Game Rating Council, which had been started by Sega and some other companies. Whereas the ESRB was more of a unified industry coming together to try to keep out from underneath congressional regulations. So it became a little more expansive and adopted by other consoles after the ESRB was created. So anyway, sorry for the history lesson, but it's just unique that that's in there. We've also got this, we've still got this product registration. I mean, holy cow, you know, this is a gem right here. I bet you something like this could, I haven't looked it up, but I imagine this even sells for a little bit on its own, just because product registrations are so sought after by collectors to complete, you know, a product. Again, you've got this little notice. What are the odds that this is still around? It's just amazing. Free issue for Dreamcast magazine? What? This is so cool. I mean, I wish I still had all this stuff for mine, but I don't even. And I kept like my boxes and manuals and a lot of other inserts going back all the way to my Master System. And I don't have this. I don't know if I sent it in or what I did. I probably sent it in because I do have every Dreamcast magazine issue. I just don't quite recall. Again, another notice that the extreme majority of people would have thrown away. And this is just mint. And of course, the manual itself, it's got just the slightest crease right there. But other than that, it's like mint. I don't know if this has ever been looked through. All right, so now I was talking about the clever packaging. And look how Sega put this together here. You've got this indentation down there, so nothing is touching the actual back of the box directly, which helps for impact protection. Clever design. And then you got this little piece here. See these little doohickeys right here? They press against the side of the box and prevent, again, direct contact from actually hitting onto this. It's just clever design. Something you didn't see a lot back then, so I'm rather impressed. Good on Sega. They were doing something right. Let's set this aside here. You see the Dreamcast itself. Comes in the original bag. And my assumption is that my customer who bought this, he said he did mention he bought it off eBay. I wonder if this is new old stock just because of how intact it is. And the only issue was with his drive was it just needed to be serviced, and it was dry if that makes sense. It was just easy lithium lube and some other basic maintenance, and this thing was back up and running. I didn't even end up charging extra for it. It was just so quick and easy to do. But it's just in remarkable condition, and I got the impression that this thing just had not been used, and it just seemed in such good condition. I mean, you look at it, there's no scuffs, there's no really impressive. But regardless, it gives you an idea of what a Dreamcast looked like fresh, because as far as I can tell, there's no discoloration on this, and looks exactly like it would have looked when you bought it in $99.99. All right, so the rest of the stuff that's inside of here, we've got the web browser 2.0 with SegaNet. This is still sealed in the package, so obviously that was never used. Next, we've got the generator, and it's got a little dust, but there's no scratches or marks. So again, it looks like this is brand new. And I remember getting a generator with mine, but I had a launch console, and so I think it was a different generator if I recall. I know there was multiple of these issued. I'm pretty sure I had a different one that came with mine. We still have the old telephone cable, so if you want to hook up that 56K modem and get on SegaNet. And yeah, again, I mean, the way this is wrapped, it looks like factory, so I seriously doubt this was ever opened. And last but not least, we've got OEM Dreamcast RGB cables, and they do not, again, look like they've ever been used or even taken out of the package. So yeah, it's remarkable to see something like this in 2025. I have no idea how much my customer paid for this. And I am glad that he sent it to me like this, so I was able to, relive this and have a little blast from the past looking at a Dreamcast in its original complete form all these years later. It's really remarkable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please take a look at the rest of the videos on the channel. Give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying really hard to boost my subs so I can dedicate more time to making review content, where I would like to dig into lesser known Saturn games that I don't see being covered elsewhere on YouTube. That's kind of my big goal. So that's greatly appreciated, but I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of a Dreamcast.